Good morning, traders. I'm Ricky Gaspard. I am your host. Thank you for joining me this Friday morning. We are sorted by volume this morning, and we'll be watching for spikes over in this column. Once we see a volume spike, we'll click on it and make sure we have enough volume by looking at this indicator here, the current bar. We want to see this number really flying, and what I mean by that is large volume flow. Once we confirm this, we'll be watching these colored candles. This is the master scalper. And we'll be watching for these arrows to pop in down here. These arrows will be finding the pullbacks as they happen. Once we see a pullback trigger, we will check it out, see how it works out for us this morning. This is a new indicator that we're testing out. So is this one here and this one. So we should get some white arrows every time we get a pullback play, and the stock should run up. Down here's our Dominator Master. We will be watching for green bars before we get in. We want to see tall green bars. That means the buyers are coming back in. Down here is the My Blessing indicator. We'd like to see this white line, which is the trend, start moving up. These are the buyers and the sellers. The red is the sellers. The green is the buyers as they're driving the price back up. Never trade off my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Delays can cost you money. Never trust my words. This is for educational purposes only. I build indicators, teach you how to use indicators. So reach out to a financial advisor before you use any of my tools or take any of my suggestions before you decide to make a trade. Trade on paper at first. If you're profitable on paper, move over to real money and trade very small share size, just a couple of shares to make sure that you are profitable. If you are, and as you learn more, up your share size to increase your profit. And thank you for joining me this morning as we wait on market open. Hopefully we will get something this morning. Yesterday I did pretty good on GME, which went all the way up to $67. I posted it on the Discord channel about 6:14, I think it was, at $57. So you had a chance to make $10 a share if you were watching Discord in the after hours trading yesterday. I don't know what it's going to do this morning. We will find out. It seems to be in the list on my stock picks and also in the all stocks scan. It keeps popping up and bailing out and popping up. I'm sure it'll be showing up in here a couple of times this morning. So we'll see how the morning goes. This is Friday. Remember, Fridays aren't too good of a trading day, but we'll do the best we can with what we get. Barry, that must mean we're blessed this morning, right? I feel good about this morning. We'll see if something happens. That was quite a drop on GME this morning, about $10 or $12 a share. Glad I wasn't holding it and couldn't get out of it because our market wasn't open. It is now, though. Not seeing any activity. We did get a white arrow here on GMC, AMC, I mean. See, we have a red dominator bar. I'll zoom in a little bit more so we can get it a better view. So on this new indicator, this buy sell percent, I tried to get it to work for pre-market, but I think pre-market volume is too low unless we happen to get on a stock that's really moving. So these trickle type volumes coming in a little bit here and there is probably not going to trigger this indicator. So we'll be watching for these ups to pop in and a spike beside them. And these are new indicators. If you're a premium member, they are free. There are numbers 30, 31, and 32. So this would be probably 30, 31, and these arrows are 32. So this word up is this arrow. So if the up triggers, an arrow triggered. Good job, Jay. This bottom this indicator here, I don't know which one you're talking about. This is a scan. Sal, which one are you talking about? I wasn't paying attention. It was up there a little bit more before I saw it. This is an MACD based indicator that I specially programmed. And this white line is the trend line of the stock. This orange and green is the buyers and the sellers. And this yellow line is the average of the volume, I believe. I'll have to look back at my notes and see what I made it. I've been switching this yellow line back and forth between the center point of the high and the low, or the volume, whichever works better. You are welcome. So we are watching for volume spikes and the word up to appear. Either or will also work. So I'm watching these numbers to see which ones are rising. GERN starting to move up. So the arrow was correct. So these screens are going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. You're used to me having the V4 over here and marking support and resistance to find the pullbacks. This morning, these arrows are finding the pullbacks. We're going to see how reliable they are. That one worked. That was the first one. So you get to test these indicators with me this morning. And what better day to do it than on a Friday? That's hard to get any stock picks. OJ, this one over here is the pre-market scanner that you can build out of ThinkorSwim. You have to use the after hours thing in your scan settings. This one here is custom built by me. It also considers the activity that happened in yesterday's after hours trading. So they're both pre-market. This one says pre-market risers custom. This one just says pre-market risers. You can't see the whole name because it's too long. But both of them function a little bit differently at times. Sometimes they both match up, but most of the time they're different. They're different this morning, that's for sure. So this one is still rising. It's up about 18 cents since the white arrow was posted. You are welcome, Amadeus. I tried to help everybody get into some money. I know a lot of you don't trade the after hours, but really you should at least have your computer on and some kind of alert set, because sometimes you can make some great money in after hours. It's a little bit boring waiting on something to happen. But if you think something's going to move, put an alert right above the price. And if you hear a noise, maybe you can make some money. RLD, they are not. If you go over to TOS scripts, I believe they're numbers 30, 31, and 32. I believe the last one is these white arrows. Make sure you turn the arrows off if you're using Master Scalper. And I'm talking about the white arrows that come with Master Scalper. You can go to Studies, Edit Studies, and right here's the Master Scalper. You click this gear icon, and right here you turn the arrows to no. And then when you load the other arrows, it will show up only with those arrows. Still going up. I should have just clicked the mouse button. I'm already trusting this white arrow after testing it yesterday. The odds of winning trade is really high on it. Just Shab, you have to be a premium member to get access to it. Yeah, 30, 31, and 32 in TOS scripts. But if you're not a premium member, you can't access it. Okay. If you're premium, then go for it, bud. Good job, buddy. I'm getting so close to us being there to where we can just trust the arrow. That's been my goal all along. But there's so many factors to that one script. Still going here. Very nice entry. Good job, Rain. So when you hear a ding, that's this white arrow coming in when I click on it from over here. So when this up pops up and it's spiking, I'm going to click it. You're going to hear a ding, and this white arrow would be there. Can't get any easier than that. Now this indicator is not going to give you an out. It's not going to give you an arrow pointing down. You're going to have to take your profits as you see it. And you really need to know that part. You need to make that part of your life, being able to get out at the proper time, not relying on an indicator to tell you to get out. And on the master scalper, the first red candle not necessarily means get out. So when you see red, it's just telling you that something is not right in one of these indicators, which this line is pulling backwards. So that turned the candle red because that's the wrong direction. So if all the indicators don't line up, you're going to get a red candle. So this red candle can move up if there's a lot of buyers, and this indicator can go down. So this red candle is moving up, but it's telling you, look down here, something's not quite right, but the buyers are still coming in. So if this turns green again, and this one's already pointing up and we have green bars, then this candles will turn green again. But as long as they're red, it's giving you early notice that something is wrong with the indicators. They're not in your favor 100%. See, it's now pulling back, and it gave you a notice ahead of time that something was wrong. Good job, M. And what's good is you can use this on a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart. It's all going to perform the same way. Let's check the 5-minute chart on it. I'll show you what I mean. There's the 5-minute chart, and there's the arrow. There's the 15-minute chart, and there's the arrow. There's the 1-hour chart. There's the arrow. So something's not quite right up here, and look at the price. I just explained that, nozzle. If the indicators are not lining up, the color candle could be wrong. It's an early warning to tell you something's not quite right. Yandros, if you paid for it, it will appear in your Discord. If you haven't paid for it, you have to click the upgrade button, go over to wap.com and pay for it. Then that channel will appear in your Discord. Amadeus, I have not tested it on a yearly. We just put it out there yesterday. So I haven't done a lot of testing. It was working so good, I decided not to test it for a long period of time and give it away since it was so accurate. I don't see any reason not to turn everybody on to something that's really kicking it. And I didn't actually spend a lot of time creating this. I took a previous indicator, which was out of these, and created these pullback candles. or pullback arrows, I should say. Sometimes my shortest coding scripts are the best. This script right here is very short. When you try to put too much into your coding, you start making it more complicated. OJ, on the large cap stocks, they trade totally different. So it's hard to get any indicator, for instance, for Tesla. It's hard to get any indicator to work properly on Tesla. A lot of people are buying 1 share, 5 shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, and it's hard for me to code something to tell it that, hey, somebody buying 10 shares of Tesla is a spike. I mean, people just don't buy 1,000 shares, 500 shares, 2,000 shares. So trying to write an indicator for them large caps where people are buying a whole bunch but small lot sizes, it's almost impossible. Yes, that's when, Barry, that's when this indicator's working. It's not working right now. Right now we're relying on up and percentage. I have it wrote for pre-market and after hours, but I'm noticing that it's not working yet. And what I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to combine this one with this one. Actually, I'm not trying to. I already combined them. Right now, we're searching for percentage at 90% and an up arrow. Well, I combined these two scripts yesterday and made one script and told it don't show me an up unless this is at 90%. So by combining them, we're not searching two columns and waiting. We're not looking here and waiting. It's going to be one indicator that says up, but that up's not going to appear until these percentages are at 90. That way we're not trying to figure out, all right, this one's at 80 or 90 or 85% or 95%, and I'm waiting for an up. If that up appears, everything is already going to be in order. I'm doing that just to simplify it. Just wait on an up. So when this indicator kicks in, you're going to sort. This is going to be at market open. You're going to click the title here, and you're going to bring the 90 percenters to the top, and you're going to wait on an up. Once you see that up, you click it, and you're going to have that white arrow, and the stock should run. Yesterday we had a lot of 90 percenters. I'm going to say 10 to 15 up to about 9 a.m. And then the algo trading kicked in, and the 90 percenters, you could click on one, but it had no volume other than the algo trading going on. So with these indicators, you can monitor all of your scans. You can pick your favorite. What I do is I set this up in Market Watch tab. Then I just detach each one of these out of the Market Watch tab and change them to the scan that I want it to monitor. Good morning, Jimmy. Jimmy, we had our first white arrow this morning on Journ. It popped up and up right here. And it had a small volume spike. I clicked on it. This arrow was present. 3 minutes later, the stock went up. So I'm watching for movement here. BCDA. Running up. That was an easy find in the list. It was right there evident. Still running. I don't know why it's dinging 3 times. Dallas. I'm puzzled too. Why not just one annoying ding? I'll see if that theory works, Amadeus. It sounds logical. Good job, Fumagoo, and thank you. Now, if you look down here, you'll see a percentage and an up, but there's no volume moving. You probably could accumulate these ones into a watch list and see if they move later, or you can just wait on them to pop up here. BCDA still moving a little. If it gets a pullback, we should get a white arrow. Good job, Rain. So here's that red arrow moving, that red candle moving up, because this is not correct. It's a warning, remember? So it could pull back. True, because I can't figure out how to bring up a scan in the flexible grid. I know you can do charts, but I don't think you can pull up a scan. If there's a way, I haven't figured it out. I didn't think you could, Amadeus. I do have flexible grids for my tick chart, 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. Those are all tied together nicely and clean. So let's see if we get a pullback arrow up here. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything else to happen with this stock. A one and done type play. I'm just waiting for another spike and upward. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm watching if these percentages move. If they have an up beside them, I'm clicking it. I don't know, Blue Sky. I haven't tested it over there. If it has volume, it should. That one came off of here. Doesn't have a whole lot of volume. Also watch your volumes. Starting to pick up a little bit. Volume is pretty low. There's not a lot of buyers and sellers attacking this stock. So I don't know if I would trust it or not. And it's only paying pennies. Whenever the candle's not moving very much, don't just jump into these stocks. And you can see the up and the spike disappeared down here. It let me know something was happening, but then it died out. Amadeus, I had 5 white arrows on this one, and I only got 3 dings. I guess 3 is okay for us old people. Hey, it's dinging. Hey, it's dinging. Can you hear that? I'm looking over here when there's only a nickel between each number. There's $1.30, $1.35, but this is barely moving. So it's only pennies up and down. It doesn't have the volume to really push it up. Oh, was it 4 dings? Maybe I can go into the code and tell it only ding once. Oh, Amadeus, you shouldn't have planted that thought. It's never going to leave me now. I tell you what, I hate alerts like this, but if I can walk away, if I'm watching a stock and I can walk away and wait for a ding, it gives my eyes a break. I wish ThinkorSwim would add a whole bunch of different sounds, something we could pick from a list and select something that's more less annoying, I should say. This stock is moving up a little, but too slow for me to spend money on. I don't want to stay in them 15 minutes. I want to stay in them less than a minute, maximum 2 minutes. It did move up. So this is two for two right now. Of course, we didn't buy this one. There's not enough volume, but it told the truth. I can't use Flex Grid up here. I have another scan right here. So if I'm going to use Flex Grid for just one chart, I might as well just leave it like it is. Yeah, Andros, I have that white arrow on my 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15-minute charts as well. Did you set it up that way? So I'm monitoring multiple time frames with that white arrow. Amadeus, that's not the correct arrows. Oh, you were doing that to tell him, okay, no, no problem, don't pay attention to me. This one failed, so that's 1 out of 3. You'd have to chase this one. You have to wait on a pullback for VERO. I wouldn't chase it at this level. Looks like it nailed it right here had I been watching it earlier. So watching for the word up to appear, up here somewhere, or up here somewhere, or over here. Well, I don't have it on that scan. I don't have enough real estate left to get all them indicators in Magic Scan. Hey Rick, there's a video on that. It's number 8. I can't explain it any better than that video. All of these scripts install the same way. The watch list scripts install the same way, and the chart indicators install the same way. If you watch video number 8, it should walk you right through it. Only thing different is the names will be different. So video number 8 in how-to videos in the premium section. You are welcome. Shane, I'm using a tick chart at 133, a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, and a 15-minute chart. This is the screen from one of my other monitors. So there's your tick chart, 1 minute, 5-minute, and 15. And I have the arrow on each one. Except the arrow doesn't appear on a tick chart because it's not volume, it's orders. So you're going to have the arrows here, here, and here. Hasn't appeared here yet. It did back here for a little while. Seven, I go over them every morning. We put everything into action live on these live streams. I like explaining them as trading is going on. That way you see real information, not something I just made up. Just like I'm explaining this indicator this morning. Why is the red candle going up? Why is the green one going down? Why do we have these white arrows? Why do we have an up? If you attend every morning, I do explanations of everything that's on your screen before I release a new premium indicator. It's on here and we're trying it out for weeks at a time before it's for sale. I like to prove that everything works and not just throw garbage out there. So if you'll notice when we get an up over here that this buy, hold, and sell will probably have a buy at the time I click on it. You too, OJ. God bless, brother. I mean, if you look at the stuff on YouTube, what some of the other people are saying, they will pull up a chart and they'll scroll backwards and say, oh, well, look, it worked back here and it worked back here. And this is what you need to look for. It worked back here. Well, I like to see it work up front right now, like while we're trading. Back here is irrelevant. It's already happened. Can you do it right here? I think I'm bringing a reality check to these other guys. Or I could make a video course if you want of everything I did wrong. That's what the other ones do. Don't do this. And that's their video course. Or here's the best way to use this brand new indicator. Let's look back for miles and find out where it worked. Thank you, Seven. Thank you, Amadeus. No fluff here. This is real business to me, and it's going to be real business to you. No cover ups. I lose too, just like you do. I'm not driving Ferraris and have a $5 million house and an airplane. SCNI, I'm not seeing it on my scanners. I'll type it in. It has no volume. Pro Dollar, I had to make some changes. There were things going on in the background that I was aware of. And basically, to put it simple, I protected my assets. Thank you, Jimmy, for that explanation. It's Friday, guys. Look, this is what Friday does. We should start taking 3-day weekends. Thank you, Pro Dollar. So just be glad I'm not trying to teach you on one of them spider web charts where there's 10,000 lines and levels, and I'm trying to clean it up to where we say, okay, this arrow's doing all that work. I don't need all of those lines and arrows and indicators. And me, nice clean chart. Here's your key. Here's your trigger happening. I'm letting the computer do all the work. Trude, I don't make predictions here about stocks. That would be guessing. BCDA. Always in the back of your mind, instead of drawing a line like right here at this level, that's where it's at. So we have a white arrow, but we are at resistance, but it still may break through. I don't know if it will or not. So in your mind, you can just look back a few and say, okay, well this would have been a line, so we may have trouble there. You can do this without throwing a bunch of lines on your chart. It's trying to go up though. It produced another arrow. Not going to happen on this one. And as always, and with any indicator, just because you get a trigger, that doesn't mean jump in. Like right now, this does not mean jump in. It means wait and see if it's going to go. It's just letting you know right now it has a good chance of going up. Glad I could help you, Jimmy Bankston. So for the last three candles here, we had a white arrow here, it went away. We had a white arrow here, it went away. It came back. Now it's trying to go. So it's just telling you, pay attention. It may be fixing to fly. The problem with this one is we don't have any volume. This number should really be going. It's going now because they're getting out of it because it did not go up. But it will rest again and this will stop. Wouldn't it? You have to be a premium member to get access to them. If you're not a premium member, that white and yellow label at the top of your chat window, that's where you go sign up to our Discord. If you are a premium member, then you should be able to find those scripts that you're talking about. Did you purchase the Master Scalper? Because that's one of them in your list. The BHS that comes with the Master Scalper. The other ones are free if you're a premium member. I should have been watching VS. I saw the percentages coming in and going away, coming in and going away. It was building up, but I'm about 4 minutes late. AEMD's already ran up. Possible pullback. We'll wait on an arrow. Or you can always use your better judgment. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this candle. That would be the buyers buying it up to drive it up even further. We should get a white arrow if this stock reverses to the upside. I do, Frank. I also have scans for swing trading. VERO. This one is AEMD. You are welcome, Nozzle. Do you see the channel over on your left that says Master Scalper under Indicators? All right, bud. Thank you very much. Well, YouTubers, I got to let you go. I'm exceeded my hour. I tried to get a play in here for you. We only had the one this morning. Appreciate you joining me this morning. If you haven't upgraded yet, click that white and yellow label at the top of the chat box. Join our Discord. Come make some money with us. Get access to all the free indicators. And as always, have a very blessed weekend and the rest of your trading day. May the Lord bless you well. And I will see you guys on Monday morning. And God bless. Bye bye.